Bagfuel, baby.
Would you date a bus driver? No, that don't make sense. You're married.
No.
What the fuck would that
date a
have
bus
to do
driver,
with
but
anything?
I'm
No, just
What would
I was
dating a
thinking
bus driver have to do with
about
anything?
Ebony K. Williams, and then we're not talking about
What about Ebony K. Williams? What about her?
Notoriously, she said she would not date a
bus driver.
That's the black girl thing right now. That's just, to me, I think she's a sensationalist. So I'm thinking she's gonna say that because that's gonna rile people up.
No, she meant
this
that.
girl's.
No, she meant what she said, and that's fine. But she's also, wherever she's at, that's her opinion, and that's her standard for her. And she's also doubled down on that a million times. Like,
Yeah,
that's
but
not the
she-
standard
but
for
I-
everybody. That's
I-
not the standard, and everybody should not follow what she's doing.
There are niggas that don't want.
But she has said that, though. That's fine.
But they can
fine.
because there are niggas that don't want to date girls from the projects. And they got potential. And they got shit going on, but I don't want to date a girl from the project. That's they right. You know what I'm saying? So she don't want to date a bus driver.
Would you date a woman that you had to help build and support and uplift?
That's the standard job of a man.
Yeah, we have to.
What are you talking about?
If you're not willing to do that, you ain't gonna have no bra.
Yeah, there's no way you're not gonna have a function.
I'm not talking about basic provision. I'm not talking about basic provision. I'm talking about completely supporting.
That's the man's job.
Whatever it is.
That's the man's job.
Why do you feel like that's the man's job?
It's always been. Bridget, what relationship? No, hold on.
I'm asking, why do you feel like that's the man's job? Don't tell me that it's because it's the way of the world, because I'm
going to give you all the answers. Aside from it being the way of the world, men naturally want to do that.
Okay.
We're leaders.
Yeah, Bridget.
We're supposed to.
Even if a man says, let's go 50-50, if he's up, that 50-50 out the window. He gonna make sure he takes care.
He gonna feel like a clown taking your money.
If a man says 50-50, it's for survival. It's for survival.
A good man will feel bad taking your
That's
money.
a clown. Like,
Yeah.
what? Like, you paying? Like,
If me and you struggling, and I'm like, I'm still gonna feel a way.
So if you were up, would you start to intentionally date and court someone who didn't have their shit together?
Yeah.
If you were up.
I would.
You wouldn't, right?
He wouldn't, but I
go
would.
based on me. I'm whack. I go based upon love and connection and everything first. I'm not asking you what you have or where you're going to because in my life, if I fuck with you, you can join my life.
But that's what she was asking, and that's how I agree. I would do.
That's why I'm asking.
No, but that's just what it is, and vice versa. A woman ain't just gonna be with a man that can't do shit because she needs the protection.
So does
he might be able to cock her.
But
slap that dick on her, and she good with that.
So does a woman have to earn that, or is that the baseline provision for you?
if I'm into her, it's already embedded that that's what's gonna happen. I'm
not talking about being into her already, because if you're into someone, you'll make the investment. I'm talking about
when you meet her.
When you meet her,
if
and
she
it's
don't
very
got shit
clear.
together.
Similar to if I'm on a date and a man is like, yeah, I drive a bus, and I'm like, ooh, I don't know.
I think it goes to what Esso says. What's the vibe? Because if a lot of people, this life shit is hard. So there's a lot of shit people don't have.
So the way that some women, I say some women would look at bus drivers. By the way, the women that look at bus drivers like they don't have that shit together.
I don't understand
Bus drivers have better
money.
401ks and benefit packages and pension plans than anybody else.
They're
But carry
bugging.
on.
That's why I'm like, I don't understand what they're talking about.
However, for some women where they are turned off by that idea, right? Because it sounds boring, not because it doesn't sound stable, but because it sounds boring.
It's not provocative.
It's not provocative. Men have that same sort of idea and bias around women who work in nightlife, women who work as sex workers, that kind of stuff.
But you know what that is,
right?
Nightlife and sex workers is
Bridget.
Whoa.
Nightlife and sex workers.
Bridget.
Yo, she shooting Steph Curry from three.
Bridget.
From the logo right now.
A bus driver?
You compare a bus driver to
let him finish this thing.
I'm comparing the bias that women have against men who have safe jobs versus the bias that men have against women that have jobs that put them in front of a lot of different men.
Bridget, I'm gonna say this, right?
I'm saying the bias. I'm comparing the bias.
I'm gonna tell you why. I'm gonna tell you why the men have bias.
Sex workers getting burnt down.
I'm gonna tell you why. You have to understand.
It depends. If
as a man,
if they're on OnlyFans, they
no.
OnlyFans, and that's how they survive. Is that a problem?
OnlyFans to me isn't a sex worker.
That is a sex worker.
That's a
fetish.
Yeah,
that is a fetish. That's a kink.
But here's what's gonna happen with those girls, right? Eventually, they have to turn up the dial, and then people are gonna say, I got 10,000 for you to let a man nut on your feet. Quick now. If she does it, now you allow the man to do that to you. Now, am I gonna be comfortable with my future lady knowing you let random niggas nut on you or a nigga you cool with to go keep getting this money? Because that money shit trumps a lot of things.
I understand, but that's why I asked, because I think what it comes down to...
It's tricky. I'm not gonna lie to you.
There's biases on both sides, is my point. I'm comparing the bias, not the profession. I'm comparing the bias because I know.
That's a tough analogy, but go ahead.
It's not. I know.
Yes, it is.
I know. It's not, because at the end of the day,
we're all cringing.
But we have no women here, so we can't say nothing.
The same way that women might go home to their families and be like, "Yo, I met this amazing man. He loves me so much.
He's a bus driver.
He's a bus driver." Her family might look at her and be like, "Okay, but is he what kind of bus? Like, what kind of bus are we talking about? We talking about MTA?
Does he own the bus?
Does he own the bus?
Does he own the bus company?
Those are the types of questions that women get asked. The same way, if you go home and tell your family,
there's no questions. She's a sex worker. Fuck is you doing?
Fuck is you doing?
Ain't no questions.
And not even a sex worker. She could just work in nightlife and be a bottle girl.
But you know,
are you sure?
But
everyone's gonna question
it. That's a good one. A bottle girl's question.
But you know why?
That's what I'm saying.
But Bridget, But nightlife is based on selling the fantasy or the possibility of sex or obtaining it. That's what nightlife is. And guys are like, are we trying to win? Women are like,
again,
am I gonna meet the best man? Am I gonna get a good one night stand? I'm gonna get money.
There are character assessments being made about a bus driver, like there are about bottle girls.
That's what she's saying. But listen,
you're making a character assessment based on the line of work, and I hear you.
Mm-hmm.
The same way that a woman would be like, a man who drives a bus has no ambition. He doesn't want more for himself. Those are the characteristics.
That's crazy, right?
This is how women view it.
When she first said
those are the characteristics those are the kind of judgments that get made.
Bridget,
preemptively.
Bridget, the shotgun and the sniper rifle you're delivering is on point. I don't disagree with you. The element is just ill. The example is ill. No, you're right.
We're making character assessments based on a bias that we don't have to adhere to. You don't.
Bridget, come on now.
You don't.
Bridget, come on.
You don't.
Bridget.
That's why I said, if you're a man that makes a certain amount of money, would you date a bottle girl?
You wouldn't. I think so.
No, you would not.
No, you wouldn't.
No, you would not.
No, you would
not.
Niggas have dated Bernice.
No.
You're not marrying Bernice.
You're not.
Dating and married is two different things. If you're saying, are they going to get married? No.
Dating Bernice Dating Bernice Burgos is taking her to a place to fuck her.
At this point in life, most women at our age demo are dating to marry. We're not dating to have fun. We're not here for a good time, not a long time shit. We trying to be locked down. So no, that's out of the question. If you were a man with a certain level of economic status, you're not pursuing seriously a bottle girl.
The only woman that has done that is Cristiano Ronaldo, whatever his name is, the soccer player.
And he's a spicy white man, so
he's
we're not.
He's the only one. And he's Spanish, and his bra was Spanish too.
And this is my point.
And he was different. Yes.